Hello, everybody. I'm Brian,
And I'm Brian.
and this is Brian versus Brian, and we're the best, we're the beautiful, we're the only. Ghostbusters, we're back. Ghostbusters 2. Uh, Standalone. Ghostbusters 2, goodness. Was it 1989, baby? Budget of 30 to 40 million, box office of 215 million.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's back. Everybody's back. Um, Once again, directed by Ivan Reitman. Once again, written by Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd. Uh, they struggled to overcome objections from the cast and crew about a sequel. Um, and Ramis and Aykroyd collaborated on the script. They went through many variations. Have you heard all the crazy ones where like they go to hell and all this stuff?
No, what the fuck?
They've came up with a couple different scripts. I think it was for Ghostbusters 3 when they're
Mm.
like in like 1999, which would make sense. Like End of Days and those kind of
Yeah,
movies are coming out.
yeah,
They're like
yeah.
it was like Ghostbusters go to hell. They're
All
like,
that
"Dude,
like
too
millennium
dark."
craze. Yeah, the
Yeah.
world's gonna end. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What was can you remind me what Ghostbusters was 84?
4.
85? 84?
Yeah.
Okay.
84. So 5 years later, I like how it's set in like real time. So it was made in
5 years
'89, and
later.
at the
Yeah.
very beginning of the movie, it says 5 years later. Uh, this is one of those like special sequels, man, that is really good, but at the same time, there's a really weird fight amongst the Ghostbusters fanhood about if this movie is good at all, um, and is just a cash out. But some people like it better than one. Um, I think I like it better than one. Like if you're gonna give me one to watch and sit down, I'll probably choose two, just because one laid the foundation to make two. So I love one. Can't have two without the one. But now I prefer the two. I like that. I like Rush Hour too. I like getting past the meeting everybody and establishing relationships. We jump into Rush Hour 2 or Ghostbusters 2. We already know all the fellas. They're riffing with each other. They've already had 5 years together where they're just building these relationships, and I like that because I was watching this and I noticed it's like every second of this movie, it's something. It's like always going. They'll be like, "Hey, we need to dig a hole," and then hard cut to them digging a hole in the
Yeah.
fucking street. It's like there's no like we were talking about something, then we're doing it in the next scene.
Uh,
So it starts with the 5 years later, and we get the uh, and it had a really cool cover on the VHS. It begged you to rent it with all of them standing there in front of the cool new symbol, and they got all the new
yeah,
guns
the
and stuff. You're like,
suits and
what is
everything.
that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and the new darker suits, and you're like,
Yeah.
ooh, they're the new
Slimer, I
bad
think the
boys
sliming gun
now.
was one or two of them has the
Yeah,
slime
the
guns or
slime
whatever.
blower. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a dope poster. Um, yeah, we get the baby carriage going, and Dana, and I love it. It's just something about '80s movies set in New York and filmed there. Like, I just love the voiceovers. Hey, I'm walking here.
Yeah, as
Hey,
the camera's
what?
like, yeah, the camera's
Yeah,
following her, everyone's fighting, and yeah,
I ain't paying for this ticket. Hey, out of
yeah,
my face. He's about to punch like the female officer,
yeah,
and Dana's just like, oh, what does this city come to?
yeah, which is kind
Um,
of a subtle foreshadowing a little bit to where this movie
yeah,
ends up. It's not really in your face, just kind of like background stuff. You don't really think about it, but it
yeah,
kind of
it
comes
was kind
back
of
in a way.
mean.
Yeah,
Yeah. Then we get the doorman. I'm not the doorman, Barrett. I'm the building superintendent. This is the guy that just tells everybody constantly who he is. Hey,
yeah,
I'm the superintendent, so I think I would know, what's going on in the building, We know,
yeah,
Jerry, we got it. Superintendent, great. um, yeah, then the baby carriage starts going off. I like the baby carriage. It's like a Cadillac baby carriage from the 1960s. It's got
yeah.
chrome inlays and shit and like pearlescent door jams and
Big
like
ass wheels, dude.
yeah, just white wall tires, dude. It's like, and then it's got those '60s baby carriage tires that are like as skinny as a
Yeah, yeah.
snake. It's like it hit a fucking rock and it just. Why
Oh
are they so
shit.
skinny? Protect these babies. Put them on wide tires. Michelin Man would have told you that. Um, Yeah, then it flies out to the middle of the street and stops in the middle of the street, almost gets hit by a bus. And always loved this as a kid. The intros on the Ghostbuster movies, how they'll stop in the middle of something going on and fade to
Yeah.
black and have the animated ghost swirling to form and
Yeah. I even like the fade in
yeah,
where you don't know what's coming. All of a sudden, the music
yeah,
kind of fades in during the scene. Ooh, yeah, so good.
yeah. It's freaking sweet. And the quintessentially '80s like animation and look of it, of that fucking glowing red. And it's like not the brightest red in the world. It's the best they could do at the
Yeah,
time, and it looks really cool. Like the beginning of Stranger Things when they do the letters in that red, and it's like
yeah, yeah,
it's got a look to it. Um, and then we kind of what do we do? Establish what the Ghostbusters are doing now.
yeah. It's
No,
the
we
Ecto
cut to
driving
the
through the
Ghostbusters.
street.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
we cut to the Ecto One, and this was always a freaking sweet scene too. To see the Ecto One all dirty and in
Hmm.
disarray and smoke, and he's like,
Yeah,
and we don't quite know that the Ghostbusters like aren't Ghostbusters. So we're like, okay, they kind of let the car go. All right, we're still busting
yeah,
though. Okay,
yeah.
and they pull in and they kind of play you with that. Are they still Ghostbusters? Some ladies in there. She's in there. Like how many of them are there? There's 14 of them. Oh, I don't know. How big are they? Oh, I don't know, about 4 foot. He's like, ugh. And they go in and it's a bunch of kids. They're doing a party, and she's like, "Hey, look, everybody, it's the Ghostbusters." And then, oh, I just love the kids. Oh, I thought it was gonna be He-Man.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, oh yeah, we get Ivan. What's that? What's Ivan Reitman's son's name that
Oh,
directed Juno and the new ones?
yeah. Jason Reitman.
Jason. We get Jason Reitman in this scene going up doing the super famous line. My dad says you guys are full of shit.
Yeah,
Well, you know what?
so good.
Some people have trouble believing in the paranormal. No,
No, yeah.
he just thinks you guys are frauds and that you're full of shit. And he's like, and then I live with Winston, music.
He's
And there's
Oh my
something
God.
strange, and and so
Yeah.
that's all they did. They sang for 10 seconds. They kind of they didn't really answer a question. They got berated, and then they still got paid. They
Yeah.
left, and Winston's like, I'm tired of taking abuse from overprivileged 9-year-olds. It's like, well, we can't quit now, Winston. It's the holidays. It's our best season.
Yeah. Here's your half.
Here's your hat. Yeah.
Uh,
And then do we cut to Egon first, I think?
yeah, Dana going to Egon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dana's seeked out Egon for the mysterious buggy. I don't know why you'd go to Egon with this, like right off the bat, because it seems to me like just a buggy kind of going on its own. I don't know.
He's
Maybe she's
he's
had
the
too
more
many-
science guy, I guess.
Yeah.
And then, there's kind of a good friendship between them. So yeah,
And she's
makes
had
sense.
too much experience with ghosts. It's like, well, anything now, kind of creepy. I'm like, that's probably a ghost.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
probably more ghosts. Yeah, goes there and he works at like a lab at a school, and they're doing experiments, and I just love that. He's like, we've been slowly raising the temperature of the room. It's up to 95 degrees. They think they're here for marriage counseling. And he's going to go in there and ask them if they wouldn't mind waiting another 30 minutes. And the guy says, motherfucker.
yeah.
And he's like, oh, this is good. This is good.
What is it? We're testing to see if marital conflicts can change the environment or
No, I
something.
think it was just human emotions.
Yeah.
And so they're doing it with them to test the bad ones, and then they had the little girl. And
Oh,
he's
yeah,
like,
with the
"Now let's do
puppy."
let's do the happiness index.
Yeah.
Bring in the puppy. And she brings in the puppy, and then Dana had already said like, don't bring Venkman along because their history. They had broken up. Obviously, this baby is not his. We're kind of putting together. Um, and she's like, does he ever mention me? And I love how her back is to Egon, and he's like, no.
Oh, just scan
He
it.
scans her. And then she's like, oh, well, we didn't end on good terms. And then they leave, or she leaves. And then he has this epiphany after her kind of sadness. He's like, let's see what happens when we take away the puppy.
Yeah.
From the girl. And I think that is Ivan Reitman's daughter, the puppy
really?
girl. Yeah.
Nice.
So we get that scene. That's cool. Egon's doing science stuff. And then we got Venkman, and he is a TV show host.
Yeah.
Which is a kind of a callback, I think, to Ghostbusters 1 when Dana was like, strike me as a scientist. He's like, really? They're usually pretty stiff. She's like, no, you seem more like a TV game show host.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I assure you I'm very good at my job.
Yeah. The World of Psychics or something? Is that what it was called? World of... something like that.
Peter Venkman, The World of Psychics.
Yeah.
It's a pretty great show. I'd watch this show. They could do a spin-off of like these years. He's got the guy talking about the end of the world. And it's pretty cool. And he's like, so you predicted the end of the world. Can you tell us where it is, or do we have to buy the book? You know what I mean? And he's like, no, I predict the end of the world will happen on the stroke of midnight on New Year's Eve, 1989. He's like, this New
pretty
Year's?
Close, yeah.
Yeah, and I love that. That's cutting it pretty close. I mean, just from a sales perspective, you're talking about 6 months before you get any kind of paperback sales going.
Yeah.
And then you're talking about another 6 months before you know if you got that book of the month or whatever
TV
Lifetime movie deal.
Yeah.
Shouldn't, Devil's Advocate, Larry, shouldn't you said, the world's going to end in 1991 or better yet, 1994? And he's like, this isn't some kind of money-making scheme, Dr. Venkman. I have a strong psychic sense. And then he does
this little thing he does.
He's like, well, and I love that. Well, for your sake, I hope you're right.
Yeah.
but I think my guest may disagree with you. And then, I don't remember. Josie, you have a different date in mind. And she's like, according to my source, the end of the world will happen on February 14th, 2016. And he's like, Valentine's Day.
Bummer.
And he's like, and who is your source? Where did you get this information? And she's like, I received my information from an alien at the Holiday Inn Paramus. And then I just love his little faces to the camera and shit. And then it's like, I was drinking at the bar alone when an alien approached me. He started talking to me. He bought me a drink. Next thing I knew, I don't know, he must have used a teleport ray or some kind of mind control device because he brought me to his room. And that's when he told me about the end of the world. And then he's like, so your alien had a room at the Holiday Inn Paramus. And he's like, I don't know if it was a room at the Holiday Inn, Peter, or if it was just a room on the spaceship made up to look like a room at the Holiday Inn. I can't be sure of that. And that's the problem.
Yeah,
we never
can. With aliens.
Be.
You can never trust them.
Yeah. I love that. Occasionally you meet a nice one. Starman, E.T.
Yeah.
But usually they turn out to be some kind of big lizard. Oh, I love it. And then he's like, next week, hairless pets. And I love the little turn. Weird. It's like, until then, this is Peter Venkman saying, see you then. Just love it. And then he gets off. He's like, what the hell is up with this, with his booker? I thought we were supposed to have the Ben and the Spoons guy. Yeah, like, he canceled. And it's like, no respected psychic will come on the show. They think you're a fraud. I am a fraud.
Oh, my God.
And then he sees that the mayor comes through and tries to have words with him and his new handler, who was in a lot of movies back in the 80s. He's familiar. Kind of brushes him off and says he's distancing himself. We find out that the Ghostbusters were sued by every state government facility and municipality in New York for the damages, and no longer allowed to be Ghostbusters. And then we meet up with Ray, and he owns a bookstore now. Ray's Occult Books. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
We get Egon in there. He's catching him up with the Dana case. They're working on some shit. And Peter comes in. And then I don't know why. Oh yeah, don't you close up early, Ray, so you can buy me a calzone? So it's like fucking 3 mortgages on his house, loses the business, comes to his business, shut down shop. You're buying me food. We're losing money on this deal, Peter. And he's like, sorry, can't do that. Working on something. He's like, but your book did come in. I want this book for like my mantle. Magical Pathways to Fortune and Power. Yeah. He's like, thank you. Put it on my tab.
Good luck with that, Venkman.
Yeah. And I was like, hey, Egon, how's school? I'm sure the girls dig that big cranium of yours. And I love that. That's another line you never know as a kid, but yeah, I said it a lot. I think they love I think they're more interested in my epididymis. And I thought I knew. I looked it up again. I thought epididymis was a piece of skin on the testicles, but it's a tube inside the testicles that like feeds. It turns non-working semen into swimming, fertile, full-on bastards. Is what the epididymis tube does. And then I also read if you unrolled it, it fits in the testicle, by the way. If you unrolled it, it'd be over 20 feet long.
What the
fuck? This motherfucker. Yeah, crazy stuff. But yeah, he threw that in there, epididymis. No one caught that at the censorship. What the fuck are you talking about? It's science stuff. He's being funny. So, and then he gets that they're helping Dana by twisting the ears. Ooh, I can't. My Dana. And then I love it. They show up at her apartment to check out Oscar and the apartment, and they're like, hey Dana. Oh, cheerful. I think because she hugs Ray, and then Egon comes in, and Dana's about to close the door. He's like, I don't know if he says something or if Ray says something, or like. He's like, oh, and then Venkman storms in. I know I'm asking for the big hurt, but I thought I'd just give us another try. Peter. And he's like, he tortured me. He twisted my ears.
Yeah.
That's the thing I could do.
Twisted my ears.
Yeah, they're checking out the thing. And I just love it. And Peter's not doing anything. He like picks up her cello while they're all examining the apartment. He's like, dung, 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 dung. So, what happened to the stiff? Heard he ditched you.
Yeah.
We were having some marital problems, and he got a great job in New Zealand, and he took it. So he ditched
it. So he ditched it, yeah.
You know, you should have married me. Did he say that there during the apartment?
Yeah. You never asked. Yeah.
And every time I brought it up, you got drowsy and fell asleep. And then, and she's like, I left when you started introducing me as the old ball and chain. That's when I left. Like, oh. You know, I may have a lot of personal problems, but I assure you, I am very good at my professional work. And he goes over there examining baby Oscar. Egon looks up with a little fucking scope on his face. Egon, what are we doing? They're examining him. They want to look at his room. So Egon and Ray go to the room with Dana. He stays out there. Egon hands him the little freaking like sour cream Tupperware. I need a stool sample. He's like, business or personal?
I love the Oscar with Ray and Egon though. There's all because while Dana and Venkman are talking, they're doing all the little stuff in the auditory, and they click it in the ear. Looks like it's okay.
Yeah, it looks
like
good.
all the little stuff.
Ticklish, baby ticklish, baby ticklish.
So good.
Yeah, and I love the room too. Egon goes in, oh, cheerful. My parents didn't believe in toys. And then after Dana leaves, we're kind of sweeping. And then you get that line from Ray, and he's like, you never even had a slinky? And then I just like this driest humor, just to write this line to me is like peak comedy. Yeah. To write this fucking, you never even had a slinky. To sit down and write this. You never even had a slinky? I had part of a slinky once.
You had half of a slinky,
No, he said part. He didn't even say half. He just had a little, like, couple coils. I had part of a slinky once, but I straightened it. And
but there's like a pause. Yeah, so good.
Yeah. And that's so in character for Egon because he's always the science guy. Like, a slinky, why is it so curly? I want it straight. I want to see if I can do it. Yeah, it's just such a subtle gag, and it's so funny. And then we get Peter out there acting a fool with Oscar doing the help, he's gonna come Larry berserk. And then we get that's when Dana leaves the room. And then they're like, oh no. And they don't even leave the room too. They're not that concerned. They're just like, uh-oh. Anyways. And I love that. He had some clear liquid coming from his mouth too. She's like, "Oh yeah, that'll happen." Um, what do we got next? And then I think they suggest to check out the street. Or
yeah, they go out in the street. Yeah.
Yeah, they check that out. Oh, I got 15-point E on the Geiger meter. Oh, no. What does that mean? That's another one of these scenes. What does that mean? They just look at each other. Boom. Next scene, we're cutting through the street.
Yeah.
And it's nighttime. And it's also, I feel like there's a lot in this movie of Ghostbusters not in uniform and not quite being Ghostbusters. Like, the first movie is kind of like, I don't know. It's like Batman when he's fighting bad guys. And then I feel this one shows you a lot of the detective work that like Batman or the Ghostbusters actually put in when they're like studying about a fucking ghost or something creepy, and they're not actually found it. I thought that was really cool and interesting, like all the research part. And so digging to the street, and they all put on these like personas of these New York construction workers, which I love. And they have the cop comes up and stops Egon from digging. He's like, "Hey, why are you digging?" He calls over them because they were getting caught. "Boss, he tell you stop cutting? Who told you to stop cutting, huh?" He's like, "You tell him to stop?" "Yes, I told him to stop cutting." "Why are you cutting?" He's like, "I tell you why, we're cutting some diaper bag downtown. It's got us working on a Friday night, Peter, huh?" Yeah. And then anyways, they fool the cop with that little bit. And then I love it. What are you doing? What have I been doing? What, we getting coffee for an hour? I've been digging a giant hole in the middle of the street. It's like, well, it just goes on and on. I love that too. Someone's got to go down there. Yep. Someone's definitely got to go down there. Yeah. It should probably be you. You're over there. We're over here. So
sorry, Ray.
So they get Sweet Ray lowered into that hole. And then the cops come and mess with them again. But this time they have like the Con Ed phone companies. With him. It's like, I told you the phone lines are over there, and I love that, Peter. What did I tell you? How many times? The phone lines are over there. Like he's just going to get out of this. Like,
well, check with the phone company. You don't work for them either, so tell me another one.
So how about it? I got a major gas leak here. Where do y'all think this is coming from? The sky? Like he just thinks he could bullshit his way out of anything that may come of this.
So good.
And then we get Ray dangling over the river of slime, and it's starting to get agitated and move. And he's like, "Hey guys, you can pull me up anytime. It's starting to do something down here." And then it grabs his foot, and then he starts screaming, and everybody up there hears it, and they start reeling him up. And he's a little pussy, so he's already way past the danger, and he's just kicking and riling the whole way up. "Get me out of this hole!" Yeah. It's like, it's not really a hole, man. It's not that. I was thinking maybe he's claustrophobic, but it's not really a hole because it's just a hole on the street, and then it's like a giant freaking train station down there. So there's plenty of. It's not like you're cramped. It's not like 72 hours shit. So yeah, he kicks a pipe and all the lights turn off.
Pretty cool effect with that river of slime, though.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Still looks pretty good.
I think it was like a fucking like a pretty large miniature. Like it was like 3 foot deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
Something like that. Well, I think they did build like parts of it in order to have the people swimming in it, and then like draw it out, whatever that's the matte paintings.
Yeah,
animated matte paintings though with that. I don't know. It did look really cool. Yeah, and they changed it to pink. Slime's always been kind of ectoplasm's been green in the other movies. I don't know why. Or wait for it to, I don't know, show up well.
Yeah, it looks cool visually. The fucking pink ass slime and like the different shades of it. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like really clear, like shampoo. Sometimes it looks like it's like fucking like yogurt. It's like very opaque.
Yeah, like the bathtub. Milky. The bathtub slime.
That one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it like comes out and it's just like it's almost like it's oily. It's not mixing with the water. It's just like tubing into it. Weird. Yeah, where do we go from there? We just
I think it's
power went out.
I think it's the court case right after that, if I remember right.
We get him right into the courthouse after the power.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and another fucking great scene of suited Ghostbusters awesomeness.
This is probably the best sequence of the movie, in my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the courtroom. with the, hey guys, we get Lewis coming in with all the files. You know, I don't think I'm qualified to represent you guys. I do mostly tax returns and probate stuff once in a while. I got a degree at night school. That's okay, Lewis. We were arrested at night. Yeah. And Lewis like takes that as like, yeah, that is okay. He's like, oh, cool. Yeah, and they get the worst judge. It's like, oh, he seems open-minded. He seems open-minded. Yeah, they call him the Hammer. He's got over to like 70 convictions of death. And then they're just talking shit. And I love just all of it. Who do we get up there first? We get the
Lewis's opening statement.
Yeah, Lewis's opening statements. And he says, I don't think it's right to call my clients frauds. Because one time I got turned into a dog and they saved me. That's all.
Yeah.
Thank you. Short but pointless, Lewis.
Yeah. Thank you.
And then and then it goes right into,
I think it's the phone company guy has
the phone company guy. Yeah. I've worked for Con Ed for 23 years, Your Honor. I've never seen that in my life. If it's down there, they put it there. No, we didn't. You get Ray. Order. That's when he starts getting mad, the judge. He's had enough of their antics. And then we get Peter on the stand.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking great.
So good.
Oh yeah, I love Winston too. I think Winston has a throwaway line. Or was Winston wasn't on trial, was he? Was he?
He was there. Yeah, he was there.
Was he sitting there with them?
Yeah, he was sitting there with them.
But I remember saying something like, I just worked with these guys. I wasn't even there. Yeah. Or something like that. Which is a good point. Why the fuck is he in trouble?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what were they charged with? I love that line too. Where the mayor guy tells the female prosecutors, and he's like, make sure you put him away for a long, long time. And she's like, I don't think it'll be hard with this laundry list of charges: fraud, malicious mischief, willful destruction of property. Oh yeah, and he says that to Peter, and he's like, we'll see you in a couple years at your first parole hearing. I love that. They'll never take us alive. Yeah. So Peter's getting questioned by Lewis, and he's just leading him, and he's like, it doesn't really matter. And it doesn't really matter. It was an isolated incident. It was what'd you say? It was a one-shot deal. It'll never happen again.
How many times he says what? It's so fucking funny. What?
What? Because when you really care for a place and love it, huh? Then you don't want anything bad to happen to it, and you just
It's so good.
Objection, leading the witness. Oh, give us a break. He's a lawyer too.
Yeah.
We're both lawyers.
Do you have any more questions? I don't know. Do I have any more questions? No, I think we've helped them enough.
No. No, Your Honor. Your witness. And he walks past her and says it all aggressive, your witness. And he does that turn to her like, your witness. That classic Rick Moranis fucking weirdness, God. Man.
He is
I can't wait for
good.
Spaceballs too, man. I can't wait to see him again. It's gonna be great. Yeah, and she goes up there. And what does she ask? I don't even know. Oh yeah, what were you doing? Digging a hole in the middle of First Street, or whatever street it was. He's like, oh, there's so many holes in First Street, I didn't really think anybody would notice. And the whole crowd. And I like how the crowd is like supposed to be totally an amalgam of New York City. You got like a garbage truck worker next to a construction worker next to like just the weirdest hodgepodge of people.
Looks like the Village people, like the YMCA. That's what
right. Yeah. And then the judge is like, any more of that and I'll find you in contempt. I'm truly sorry, Your Honor. Once again, I'll ask you, why were you digging a hole in the middle of the street? And that's this great Venkman shit where he's like, kitten. I think he puts his hand on her. I don't think it's that part. I think that was later when he's like, firstly he answers the question. He says, there are some things in this world that just can't be explained. Some things that most people just don't want to know, and someone has to deal with it. And then she's like, she approaches the bench and she puts her hands like on the little wall. And she's like, so are you saying the supernatural is your exclusive domain? And he's like, he puts his hand on her hand. What I'm saying, kitten, is sometimes shit happens. Someone has to deal with it, and who are you gonna call? And the fucking courtroom goes crazy, and he gets pissed, and then I think we cut to sentencing right after that.
Yeah, at what point does she rub the restraining order or something? Because she hands the judge an order because Lewis has to like stand up and run to the bench and take the order to or something. It's a little comedic moment.
It was because she hands the paper over. And they're examining the proton packs, and they ask the Con Ed guy, "Are you familiar with any of this equipment?" And then that's who's like, "I don't know, catching ghosts." And then the judge got mad, and she's like, "Might I remind the court that they are under a judicial estrangement order, preventing them from providing any providing their services as paranormal investigators or eliminators." Mm-hmm. And then he goes and gets it, And then later it's brought up again.
Yeah.
But now they're doing sentences. I find you guilty on all charges, or sentence you to $25,000 fine apiece, and 18 months on Riker Island Correctional Facility. I was like, 18 months? Shit, dude. Year and a half? And 20,000? And, and the slime, the little sample starts bubbling. Because he's getting angry, and he's like, and I would reach back to a pure form of justice and have you burned at the stake. And like, what fucking judge is going to say he wishes you were burned at the stake instead of 1.5 years in jail? 1.5 years? I wish I could burn you at the stake.
Yeah.
Like a fucking witch. Not even the death penalty, like burned. And then the ship blows up. And then the judge is like, "Oh my God, the Scolari brothers!" And they're really impressive, looking like whatever puppet ghosts, dude. Like they look really cool and translucent and just have a lot of detail. And they got the fucking the electric chair hooked to them and shit.
Yeah.
And they're just blowing up the courtroom. This scene as a kid watching Ghostbusters 2 is just fucking awesome.
It's the best.
All the fucking seats flipping over and shit. Mm-hmm. Judge goes and runs over their table with them and is like, the Scolari brothers. Egon's like, friends of yours? I tried him for murder. Gave him the chair. And what's even more unsettling, this movie's a little more unsettling.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Than Ghostbusters 1, for a lot of reasons. Ghostbusters 1, the ghosts are just kind of generic, creepy things like a spider or Slimer. They're not really, human ghosts, typically. I think one of them, I don't even, is that Ghostbusters 1? Yeah, the jogger. That guy kind of looked like a human.
The librarian in the beginning, I think is a woman. But other than that.
But a lot of them are pretty generic and like not humanized. And so in this one, like he's like naming them. They're real humans. He knows their names. And now they're spirits. And these guys are going to capture them and stick them in a fucking void forever. In a fucking itty-bitty living space. And it's like, do they deserve that for eternity? I don't know. We're getting to some ethical questions now with the Ghostbusters. Because these are no longer just ghosts. These are obviously souls and spirits. Like, these were once human beings. I don't know if what we're doing is right, guys. I don't know the answer. Okay? Yeah. But they don't give a fuck. They're like, ow, come on, fat boy. The ghost is like, no, please, I was innocent. And it leads to me, this judge, I'm not 100% convinced they're guilty of murder. You know what I mean? I think they might have been innocent. And that makes this all the more worse. Like, holy shit, we're getting into some weird territory.
Yeah.
And so we're getting into that. And then there's like the severed heads in the subway. I was like, holy shit, like we got fucking human severed heads in this. Pretty spooky. And then he's like, please help me. And he's like, I want you to tell him you don't believe in ghosts. And then I think they're in the hallway. And then the prosecutor gets taken away. The glass shatters on him. And it's like, you got to do something. Stop them. And
you got to talk to my lawyer.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. They can't help. They're under a judicial estrangement order. That blue thing I got from her.
Yeah.
And they could be exposing themselves. And you don't want us exposing ourselves. I rescind the order. I receive the dismissal. Case dismissed. Thank you, Judge.
That whole sequence is so good. Like, you need to speak to my lawyer, and then he just
like all the dialogue. And that's me.
Oh man, it's so good.
I love it, dude. The judicial restrainment order. Restrainment order? Restrainment order. The blue thing I got from her. And then he does the hard nod with his fucking head. It's fucking great.
It's so good.
Oh, my God. And then we got some badass fucking montage. Oh, yeah. Then we got the awesome, them bursting out of the courtroom. That's the triumphant, great scene. Smoke billowing out. They're holding the trap and smoking. Yeah, and it's like, we're the best, we're the beautiful, we're the only, we're the Ghostbusters, we're back. And then we go into a montage,
and we get a new song montage. Something this strange. I don't know who sings that song, but
something strange. Oh yeah, it was the Run DMC.
Yeah.
Ghost rap. Something strange going on.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Something's wrong. Yeah. Yeah, did we get the montage of them in all sorts of cool new suits? Like they're in like a navy blue suit. They're in this gray one. They have the original khaki, but with the Ghostbuster 2 emblems. And it's just really cool. They're going around scooping up slime all over. All the people telling me. Yeah. Just montaging. Really cool shit. Oh yeah, don't they do the fucking jewelry store heist where they have the crazy laser traps?
All the lasers,
and they never even like, dude, what? Explore that a little bit.
Yeah,
these crazy laser, cool. And then you have like black suits on. You're all badass. They got They got like the Christmas hats and shit, and it's really cool. And then
we skipped over Janosch. We skipped over that fucking thing. Yeah, we gotta talk about Janosch.
Yeah, the introduction of Janosch, which is the best character in this movie.
Yeah,
and this guy from Ally McBeal. Oh no, man, he is something else. He is a great addition to this fucking movie. And he just came up with this accent. He was trying like just normal type shit, and nothing was working. He just didn't think it was funny. Mm-hmm. He was kind of losing faith in the script. He's like, It's like, did I choose the wrong movie? It's like, it's not funny when I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And then he comes up with this fucking. I don't even know how he came up with it. He was saying I'd heard like some weird Eastern European accent. I throwed this other little weird thing I was trying to do earlier on it, and he's like, and it worked. And yeah, he gets introduced in the museum. He's like the boss.
Curator or something? No,
something like that. And his first introduction is him walking through the museum on his way to Dana, who's now a paint restorer.
Sure.
And she was a professional cello player. Like, how do you just transfer that knowledge over? What have you done for the last 20 years? Cello. Oh, sweet.
Cool.
You're good with your hands then.
Here's a brush.
Yeah, he walks in. First thing he says, I think it's the first one. Correct me if I'm wrong.
The woman,
Everything you're doing is wrong. I want you to know this. You, be careful over there.
No one listens to me.
Yeah, no one listens to me, yeah. Oh, hello, Dana. How are you, Dana? Oh, I see you're doing quite well on this restoration. It won't be long before maybe you can assist me on a more important restoration. And he like goes through her hair, and she's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "The white thing, little white thing." She's like, "Oh, thank you, Janosch. But now that my baby's a little bit older, I'm going to be going back to the orchestra. Oh, I'm sorry to be hearing this that you will not be here. How can I say goodbye or take you to a brunch or something today?" No, actually I have an appointment. Oh my god, I gotta go right now. I'm gonna be late. I don't understand, Dana. Every day I say, Dana, can you do something? You say, no, I can't do something. Do I have a bad breath or something? And then Dana's face when he says that, and she just turns away. Anyway, I'll give you a rain check anyways. And then he walks away, and then he's like, she likes me. I think she likes me. I do. I truly do.
That's amazing.
And I think, do we get that introduction of him like talking to the painting first. No, I think
you're right because he does when Ray accidentally kills the power to the city. Janos shows up at Dana, so that painting had to have happened before they go down. So because he has the glowing eyes or whatever.
Yeah, so he talks to Janos, and it looks badass. The floating Vigo head over the river of slime. Vigo, the scourge of Moldavia, and he deals with that. I love it. Every other time he does it, he's like, "Yes, the scourge. I've heard this. I know the scourge." And he's just trying to get through the intro. I fucking love that. Yes, the scourge. I've heard this. Yes, the sorrows. Oh yeah, I think he says it. Yes, the sorrows. Yes. Yeah. Anyways, command me, Lord. He's just trying to get through it. And he's like,
even?
You shall bring me a baby. Yeah. A baby? Shocks him. Yes, now is the season. And it is kind of weird, like, because that actor, that's not his voice. That guy's got, I guess, a really strange accent that they just didn't thought worked with the look of Vigo. So they got a voiceover. Look it up sometime. The original voice, it's like Vader. I want them, and I want them alive. Yes, Lord Vader. Yeah, I love that part too. And he's like, now is the season of evil. Evil? Evil? Oh, Norville? Yeah, and that's when he kind of goes out, and it's dark, and he shows up at Dana's, and that's some great content right there when he's like, I just wanted to stop by because of all this blackness. I don't know.
Yeah, I was in the neighborhood.
He's like, yeah, and he's like, how is the baby? Woo! He's sleeping. Oh no, but I woo. Do you want me to come in or something? Do you want
No.
Okay.
No thanks.
Okay. Well, hey you. Don't let the bed bugs, they do the bite, okay? And then he walks off with his fucking... I remember that was creepy as a kid.
Really creepy. The red hallway,
the flashlight eyes and the...
Yeah. Really creepy. Yeah.
So, Vigo needs a new body. He needs a baby. Has to be done by midnight, I think, on New Year's Eve. I don't know why. There's a time stipulation on it.
Sounds like that psychic guy is starting to have some, some
credibility. And they never go back to him and ask how he knows this or anything about it to help them. They're like, nah, that guy was way off. He was just as a coincidence. That's a coincidence. So then the baby gets stolen. Oh, but we have the Dana goes out with Peter to a nice date. And that's when the other boys go and search the river of slime, and I love that they're leaving their apartment complex, and the Ghostbusters pull up in the car, and like, oh, some crazy psychomagnetheric readings. Sorry guys, we're going to dinner, and they're like, no, this can't wait, Peter. This is about to pop, and I love. He's like, Dana. The boys say they found some pretty crazy psychomagnetheric readings underground in the slime stuff in the tunnels, and they want to go check it out. They think it could be another crazy sponge migration or something like that. He's like, do you think we should just ditch these plans and go with them? And she's like, taxi. Women. Anyways, have fun, boys. And they go to dinner, and then we get I like Janine babysitting with Lewis. Lewis tries to ask her out, and she said, I have to babysit for Peter tonight. She's like, you want to babysit with me? And he's like, yeah. He's like, okay, 8 o'clock at his place, bye. And I love him. He's like, well, okay, 8 o'clock, and I can get his address from his W-2. And and then, they're babysitting. And they tried to make this movie more like the cartoon, after the success of the cartoon after the first movie. And so Janine is very much like the cartoon Janine and not like the first movie Janine, which is a very different character. The first movie Janine is a very powerful woman, talking shit back to Peter and shit, and I don't need this shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And, like, you promised me I would get paid and all this, and like very strong, like speaks her mind. It's kind of a dick to be able to deal with the personality of Peter.
Yeah.
And in this one, she's very kind of feminine.
She's just horny. Yeah.
Yeah. Old nippy long stockings over here coming out. The girl who nipped, baby, wearing that little dress to babysit. She knows what she's doing, looking like freaking something out of Beetlejuice or something, looking like Lydia Dietz. Yeah, and then she's like, there's barely any babysitting going on. And she's like, I've always wanted kids. And they put him to bed. And she's got like that fushigi thing she keeps holding in her crotch. And he's like, oh. He's like, so you want to play Super Mario Brothers or Parcheesi? And she's like, why don't you come sit over here with me? Okay. He's like, I've always wanted to have a kid. And she's like, hooks her leg around his. Yeah. And he's like, tonight? And she like rubs his face. She's like Dana from the first one, but Dana was possessed by like a horny spirit.
Yeah,
she's just doing it, It's a weird character change, and I don't necessarily like it. I think they had a love interest, Lewis and Janine, in the cartoon, and I think that's why, because it kind of disappointing to see that it's not Egon and her.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of fun, their little flirtatious stuff in the first one.
And it's actually that's really the only scene you get with her, because to my recollection, man, I just watched it, but I'm pretty sure there isn't a single scene in the firehouse, which is where she works. So when you don't have a scene in the firehouse, you don't get her.
No.
I think there's
like I think the only scene in the firehouse.
But like, but yeah.
Oh, I think she might hit a button during a montage, but probably not. The only part of the firehouse I really remember is them being like upstairs doing the toaster stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah, right? You're right. Yeah.
Other than that, I don't remember much firehouse stuff. Mm-hmm. I mean, you see the firehouse open, obviously, and the car pull out the first time you see the new car, which is a badass fucking scene.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh my God, wait, that's not the car? It's got more lights. It's got fucking caution tape on it, and it's ripping out of there with that classic fucking siren. Awesome. But yeah, now we're to the baby gets stolen. As Janos, I love it. Like, Janos as a little old, like, grandma lady for some reason. Like, but it's his face.
But it's actually creepy. Like, why? That is creepy to me. It's not funny, or like, maybe I don't know if it's supposed to be funny, but it's really creepy, to be honest with you. His smile.
Yeah, and how he reaches for the baby and the arm just grows. Yeah, it's creepy. Yeah, then they go to the museum. You get some Slimer stuff in this that it's kind of great, because I like the design of this Slimer, how it's more like the show, and how he's more like loving. He's not trying to hurt anybody. He's just eating shit and gets scared and runs away. He's just they're kind of setting up being able to interact with Slimer more, I think. Mm-hmm. So that was cool. And the puppet just looks amazing. And he's driving the bus. Whoa! Didn't know you had your license. Okay. Oh, yeah, and he's got the earmuffs, and he's running to the museum to help, and he's like, stay fit, make good decisions. Stay fit, make good decisions. I'm a Ghostbuster. Happy holidays! And everybody runs by, happy holidays! Merry Christmas! Happy New Year!
Oh my God!
Yeah, and they get to the museum, and it's covered in a shell. They can't break through it. And then there's a cool little speech about they need to get some goodwill behind them. The amount of goodwill it would take to break this evil shell is probably going to be tremendous. They need a symbol. They need something everyone can get behind. And then they're all looking at the license plate, and it's got the Statue of Liberty on the Ecto 1A license plate. And
cut to.
Yeah, so then, cut to the, so like, just like this movie does, it's just, we're there, dude. How did we get here? Isn't this an island?
Yeah,
they didn't even show.
Yeah,
like they could have showed, like, in the game they have that tugboat.
Yeah.
And that would have been cool to see just like a quick glimpse of a Ghostbuster boat, just add another fucking crazy amount to the budget just to paint up a boat. The Ecto boat. So they get out there and they're covering her with slime, and they got the little NES controller to control it. cover it with Slime, and they play that awesome song. I just love that song now. Your love keeps lifting me on, lifting me higher. Like, I can't hear that song and not think about she's a harbor chick or some line from it. Like, I hope the vibrations don't shatter her to pieces. They don't make Nikes in her size, Egon, or Ray. And she's tough. She can handle it. She's a harbor chick. Makes you wonder if she's naked under that toga. Yeah. What? You know she's French. And they're walking, and then the suit that somebody's wearing. Yeah, it's really good. It's pretty good though. The miniatures and stepping on the cars and stuff. And it's kind of a funny, like, this movie is pretty mirrors the first one. It's like, you know, instead of starting the business and going, it's like, well, I guess they kind of had their business at the school. They get fired. They got to restart it. They have their business. It ends. They have to restart it. Now they're Ghostbusters again. There's a lot of similarities. And then, like, Stay Puft going through the New York and crushing everything. Now it's the Ghostbusters doing it for good.
Yeah.
And then they get there and they smash it. Right? And they create a hole in the top, and then they rappel in.
Yeah.
They fight freaking Vigo with the slime and shit, and there's not much to that battle.
Yeah, it's a little anticlimactic.
Kind of lackluster, yeah. He's just kind of walking around like, oh, hey, and he doesn't do much. He kind of throws a couple people, kind of fucking Emperor Palpatine lightnings a couple people.
Yeah.
Make some tubing, like vacuum tubing, come down from the ceiling and wrap people up. Like, I never understood why is there vacuum tubing in here? Like, it's like that. It's like that fucking coiled tubing. And he starts transferring to the baby. He gets stopped, and then and earlier Ray looks at the painting and gets a little weird, and finally he gets possessed. And so we have this weird Vigo Ray.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Really spooky looking prosthetic.
The turn around head.
Yeah. I, Ray, and Vigo, and rule the world.
Jesus.
Hose him, please. Just shoot him. And then the nasty, like, pig head that comes out of him and is, like, floating in the painting and getting shot. And then flies backwards in, like, a Death Star explosion. God, it was fucking sweet looking. And that's it. And then Lewis busts the whole shell by, like, singing, or not. No, it wasn't him. It was the crowd was singing that New Year's song.
Yeah, as he's shooting it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was really just the goodness of their hearts, I think. And they thought it was him because he was shooting it when they were doing it, and the whole thing shatters. Day is saved. The Vigo painting. I love how they, like, oh, guys, look at this. After they're all kind of celebrating the win. And, like, Janos is covered in, why am I dripping with goo? You had a complete psychotic break. It's pretty bad. We had to hose you down. Really? He's like, yeah. And then it's like Ray, and he's covered with the goo, so he's all lovey, too. He's like, you know what? I love you, man.
Yeah.
You do? I do. Well, I love you, too. And then they're just, like, hugging. Wow, man. Real love, man. Real connection. And it's pretty great. And they go look at the painting. It's like, what is that? And then it just has them looking at it, you know. You're getting their reactions. I think it was one of the fettuccinis. And then it has all the boys, like, dressed in togas with the baby. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Really weird, but yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I don't know why. Okay.
It's like The Conjuring. It's like it's a relic of a ghost event, and like, you have to keep it in a glass box now. You have to keep it in the oldest house. And that's it. And they walk out, and they're kind of celebrating. And then we get some just post-credit stuff. That was pretty fun. I think it's a great sequel. I think, of course, you want to get back in this world and see it. I still think it's probably the best sequel Ghostbusters has seen. I think Afterlife comes. It's
pretty close. In my opinion, yeah.
But but they're so different because this one feels like original Ghostbusters.
New York, and
you got the whole crew, you got everyone. No one's gone yet. No one's old yet. It just feels more real. But yeah, as far I think we gave Afterlife like a 9. I'm not giving this a 9, but if I'm honest, I'm like, this feels more Ghostbusters sequel than Afterlife, even though it's not as good of a movie.
Totally.
So yeah, it's really good. I'm gonna give it a 8.3.
Nice.
I like it a lot.
Not too far from you. Yeah. To go back to your opening of the episode, I do think this is a good movie, but I don't think it's as good as the original. This to me is kind of in line with a lot of the sequels from the 80s. I think this is like Lethal Weapon 2 or Die Hard 2. Like those are solid sequels, but they're just not as good as like the original. At least in my opinion. I know people don't like Die Hard 2 and Lethal Weapon 2, but I enjoy those movies. In the same way that you discussed, where it's like in those movies you establish John McClane, you establish Martin Riggs, Mel Gibson, all that. In the second one, they're just off and running, doing their thing. So I enjoy that aspect of it in this movie too. But I just think these originals 80s movies they're classics for a reason. They're tighter, better pacing. I think this movie's not as well paced as the first movie. I think this one actually may be longer.
It feels a little longer.
But I think that this movie I do think this movie slogs a little bit in the middle. But I do think there's just so many good sequences that we've already kind of went over, like the courtroom scene, all the subtle humor. I got a good chuckle at. There's just one, like all the dry stuff I find to be hysterical. Like there's a scene where Venkman, this small little scene that didn't even need to be in the movie, but it's fucking hilarious. He walks into, I don't know where he's going. I think the museum or something to go see Dana. And he walks up to the front desk, and the guy's like, "Oh, Venkman, the World of Psychic. I love that show. That's one of the 2 favorite shows." And he's like, "Oh, thank you so much. What's the other one?" He's like, "Bass World." And then Venkman gives him this look and starts to walk away. He's like, "It's a fishing show." And he goes, "Okay, I know."
Yeah, Bassmasters. I know Bassmaster. Sure. Like he liked that he was a fan and he was ready to like engage with him.
Yeah.
But as soon as he said the second show, he's like, well, then he doesn't know at all what he's talking about. Like, so he just immediately disengages. It's so funny.
Just like little dry shit like that it's so fucking funny. Yeah, Lewis is a standout for me. Janosch, obviously. It's just a lot of. It's a movie.
Yeah, another little dry one from Peter when he stuck his fingers in there and he goes, "Oh, did you ever go for it? The old man-eating toaster bit." And he's like, "Dude,
so good." But this movie to me is like a lot of memorable, funny, entertaining sequences, but in between them are kind of like dry. In my opinion, not that interesting story stuff. But to me, it's a solid sequel. I do think this may be blasphemous, but I do think I prefer Afterlife over this. Even though it does feel different, I like that it's almost like Jason Reitman turned Ghostbusters into like a Spielberg film, because the second movie is very adventurous. It has kids. It just feels very Spielberg-esque, which I really enjoy. And I think it's cool to see like Egon's daughter and like the relationship at the ending with this ghost. I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff I love about Afterlife. The fucking injecting car, like they're going down the street and shooting.
Yeah.
So to me, this one 7.5. Yeah, I can comfortable with 7.5.
7.5, 8.3, baby. Check it out. Did you find it somewhere? I had to pop in the DVD.
I rented it. Yeah.
Okay. I'd pop in the old. I was like, I know I got this bitch somewhere.
Which is weird because I searched for it on Netflix. On Netflix, they have the original and they have the female one, but they don't have 2 or any other ones.
Weird. Yeah, and then it's like weird. I clicked on Ghostbusters. It had underneath it the collection, and then it had it again. I thought it was like, okay, maybe they have 2, but they labeled it wrong. No, it just brought me back to a different Ghostbusters 1 page. I was like, okay. 8.3. Would you say 7.2?
5. Yeah, 7.5.
7.5. Okay. Yeah. Ghostbusters 2, still fun. Thanks for joining us always here on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. Also on Spotify and Apple Music, if that's how you do your podcast. We don't care how you do them, as long as you come do them with us once in a while. We'd appreciate it, and we couldn't do it without you. The Ghostbusters are back, and just like the new symbol, until the next piece, we throw up that piece.
I thought you were going to do that.
We could do that.
I didn't know which one you were going to do.
See you then.